Alright, we're back. Full bonus recruiting due to a bye week. So, six. Alright, still looking good there. I think we got that. They're not going to get their business in. Money going some powers. This one's looking a little scary. 25. Just add 10 there. Let's refresh this. We got a hurt zone here, right? Should. Crown. Crown or stars. Double soft that. I don't think Florida's coming too hard, at least not too great. These are not looking the best. This looks good, they stopped. I think we got that one. Got this guy. 3-star athletes. This guy's just about to commence. And we're fading on this one fast. Conference prestige, we already got that. I guess this is the SEC one, but yeah. Up this in. And playing style's getting there. Yeah, I don't know. Walk out there. Okay, that's what it points. This guy. They're on week 13, but they're gaining. What week did we say that was? Week 6. So they're definitely not getting to that visit, but schedule of week 8. I might not even get to it, but gotta try. I don't know, maybe 10 there would have been better, but okay. 40. Get that on over 25. Should get this guy. Still looking okay. And there he is. What was that? Goodness, committed to Miami. Tuesday, I think it's some extra. Yeah, I think we got that one. It's not going to get through week 12. I don't want to spend 40 on it. This one's looking a little scary. Let's do another week 8. The playing style. When we get this one, they're coming fast. Let's schedule another week 8. None of these are complimentary, but we're getting desperate, so we need to worry about that. Another week 8 locked up. Here we go. That's the complimentary. I don't know if we need it, but so we're either gonna get this guy next week or lose him. Stay at the 5. Miami, they're coming in hot for just a couple players. Looking good. I think we'll get a few, but we're definitely gonna lose a couple. Alright, Stanford. Rough game last week. We'll see, because that was me sucking. No, they're not rated too well. Let's go.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So FIU's offense will get the first crack at it here. And David, we've got a quarterback today who's been known for making enough plays when his team needs them.
Yeah, and listen, he's a guy that this offense is built around him, but Jesse, he's not the guy that's going to take over. He needs the running game to get going. He needs the passing game. He needs a little bit of balance. Really good football player, but he needs the help of the quality teammates around him.
Yeah, you're right. I think one thing we've seen with this guy is he's got to get into a rhythm in games early, right? So whether it's running the football or getting a few completions early to get his confidence going, because once that happens, he's very, very good.
The Panthers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here we go. Back to throw. It's Hart. Fires to the right. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. There he goes. An explosive play on the running game as he's got the first down. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll give it to the back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
Quickly complete. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. Ready? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Cobra. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get him stopped with those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. On the ready. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Pound 55. Takes the handoff. It's good. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, the offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And here's the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Finding an escape route. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And after success like that on the bootleg, that's going to change the way the defense plays now. Every single time from here on out, when the quarterback hands it off, they're going to have to leave a defender, a defensive end, or a linebacker outside just in case he decides to keep it. It's a positive play offensively, but it also now changes the way this defense is going to try and play the rest of the game.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Here we go. Smith dropping the pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And how about this defense? Your offense goes right down the field, scores on the first drive, and now you come out, get a big sack on third down, and force a punt. You talk about creating momentum early and shutting the home crowd up. Mission accomplished.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Right. Moves. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
To the air on second down. Just a Barishnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down.
It's hard to run a...
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Got it. It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Lasso. He leaves it with his back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know they only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football downfield in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Fires downfield. Caught over the middle. It's Witherspoon. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. On the run. It's Booth. Pass to sticks and still on his feet. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down.
Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, FIU.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Smith wants to throw. Trying to make magic with his feet. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Lining up to convert third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. He's piled up 82 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line, and now they're starting to put things together.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom, he escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can see they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man. Just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. Get set. Looking downfield, it's Hart. Throws for the tight end. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. FIU will line up to punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. Bottled him up. Not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. First play of the period, first down here. Set, ready. Let go. Give to the back. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
How about that defense? In the backfield, nowhere to go right away. You could tell they were playing the run game all the way, and they got in the backfield and got the tackle for a loss.
The Cardinal will have to come up with a huge play to keep this drive going on third down. Motion from the wideout. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Stanford lines up to punt it away. Takes it on the return. Makes him look. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Got a man. It's Perry. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. On the run, it's Booth. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Hart. Here's a hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got thrilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Here's the pressure. Snagged in the middle by Witherspoon. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. The Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. Here we go. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
Come on, set. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Florida International. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
You go.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Smith dropping to pass. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. And he's wrestled to the ground. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They're waiting, anticipating that throw, but
It's
when
going
you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They'll have to punt for the 4th time today. Wants to bring it back. He gets a block. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This young signal caller just seems to get better and better with each game. He's guiding this offense with precision, and most of all, he is taking care of the football.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to pass. Boom. Gets it out quickly. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the right. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He's got 93 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. FIU set up with another first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. They're going to try to impose their running game. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first half.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Quick catch on 3rd down. Touchdown, Panthers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Buys just enough space to create some breathing room. He's got it up to the 12. Now, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Smith wants to throw. Here comes the heat. Had to throw it before he wanted. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. And this sophomore behind center has been really impressive so far. He's been turnover-free. They're moving the ball up and down the field. A really mature performance. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Finds his man. It's Perry. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Panthers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He fires to the left side. He's got it. Inside the 15. Out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
They'll throw it from the red zone. It's complete. And he's going to take it.
The ACC was going to be tough.
Touchdown, Panthers.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the 2nd half.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to Davis. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Cooler. The give to the back. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive for the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you've got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
And this is a situation here in the 3rd quarter. This offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Stanford lines up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He'll field the punt and take it back. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Ready up. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Here we go. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. He's piled up 112 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
Get set.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Hart. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice game.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue into him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
With the catch, it's Perry. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Howard. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Finds the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Moses. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's a big fella.
Smith dropping the pass. Shoots it to the left.
Oh.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
Some defensive players just have a knack. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to break on the football, how to go get it, and how to pull it in. It's just a knack.
They'll run it from the gun. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the team.
Throw on 3rd and short. He's got him. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Got it. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Might be changing the route. To throw, it's Hart. On the run, still looking. And here's a football way behind the line. Defense has it, they're on the move. The 50, the 40, the 20. Touchdown, Stanford! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
They're not going to overturn this, but
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is...
replay. Alright, Shower's throwing the ball. And throwing. Arms going forward.
PAT unit on the field. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 11 over Auburn. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Offense in a bunch formation. Give to the right back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about.
Yeah.
They had the first down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on second down. They'll line up for a second down play. Easy. Tight end now in motion. To the air, it's Hart. Unloads it left. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag is falling in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. That penalty will back them up some more half the distance to the goal. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and forever, let's test his arm strength. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. FIU will line up to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Off play action on 1st down. Moves away as he feels pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. The give on the inside. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. I guess the idea was to chip away at a big lead. Consider the lead not chipped away at.
On the double.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
He's got an open man. And he ran away from the crowd and he'll take it in. Touchdown, FIU.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17.
Here we go. Here we go.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. I mean, you'd like to think your receiver in space can make a linebacker miss, but that's just a better job tackling by the defense.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen.
Okay, ready?
So the final period starts with a 2nd down play.
Come on, set. Ready.
Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
The kick is on its way. Looks it in at the 40. Really explosive when he gets his hands up. And he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. The Florida International offense is back on the field. And what a show we've seen from the man behind center. The aerial attack has been precise. They put up big numbers. They put points on the board. It has just been superb. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Ready, ready. Hey, I got it.
He'll pull it on the read. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It'll be 3rd and
Here we go.
He'll do it himself. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. An excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, his legs haven't been a big factor in this game up to now. He picks the perfect moment in the fourth quarter to rip off his longest run of the game.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Calls his own number. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
You gotta read it.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but
Special teams like to sub the starters back in, otherwise you're ready.
yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. After making his first field goal, he'll try to put up another with a shorty from 26. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them. Everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus, man. They haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defense. And that was a good example.
Gets it out to the 20. That's not enough for the... Down, fourth down coming. Stanford lines up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Hauls it in at the 40. He was able to get that ball up to the 48. Line before he stopped on the return. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Backed up now. Here's second and long. 22 water. The handoff. Keep working on that clock. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The Panthers come to the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. He'll keep it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Gives it on the option.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out because this wasn't a great day.
Quarterback on the keeper. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
At 41 yards. 41 yards.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, and it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Let's just check and see if there's any damage yet.